The Ukrainian military claims to have retaken significant territory from Russian forces in the area of Eastern City. Ukrainian commanders claim that as their forces approach the eastern city, the Ukrainian army is advancing with its attacks. The conflict has only slightly shifted the front line, but it has nonetheless exposed gaps and shown that Russia's combatant military forces are in a state of alarm and confusion. Ukraine claims that Russian forces are no longer able to conduct extensive offensive operations. This assertion follows the Ukrainian military's announcement that it had successfully taken control of more than 5 Russian military positions. A number of intelligence agencies are working together on the front lines, and they are keeping a close eye on certain Russian soldiers that have been discovered right on the battlefield. In its daily report, the Ukrainian General Staff noted that there was intense fighting, and that Russia had launched futile offensive operations in a number of locations to the west and southeast of the eastern city. Southwest and west of the city, respectively, were the location of these places. Russian forces, according to Ukrainian military officials, are dispersed throughout the Vuhledar region. The Patriot Private Army Company's ground forces, the recently enabled DPR paramilitary group, and professional units are all thought to be connected to the Russian Defense Ministry. Ukrainian forces have made progress over the past week after more than a year of hostilities, and roughly 6 months of intense fighting around the Donetsk city of Bakhmut. Russia acknowledged that its forces had retreated north of the destroyed eastern city. On Thursday, the United Kingdom became the first nation to send long-range cruise missiles to Kyiv, enabling it to attack Russian armies and supply depots hundreds of miles from the front lines. General Oleksandr, the commander of the Ukrainian ground forces, emphasized the significance of defending the Eastern Front in light of signs that a lengthy counter-offensive is about to begin. Ukraine is still in charge of some parts of the city despite months of fierce combat against Russian ground troops and private militias under the Wagner Group's leadership. Recent occurrences have shown that Ukrainian forces are capable of advancing and destroying their opponent despite the extremely difficult conditions that they are currently facing. This is the case despite the fact that they are currently facing these conditions. Despite the fact that Russian forces have greater resources at their disposal, Ukrainian forces are committed to foiling their plans. In order to demonstrate their dedication to defending Ukrainian territory, Ukrainian troops have reacted to counter-offensive activities in a variety of directions around the city. The conflict has reverberated far beyond the battlefield into the domain of information warfare, and it is continuing to escalate in the region as tensions continue to rise. Ukrainian and Russian forces continue to be stuck in a struggle for control of the situation in the region. The progression of the conflict and the possible repercussions it could have on the region will undoubtedly be influenced by the events that are taking place on the ground and by the geopolitical maneuvering that is currently taking place.